Well, hello there, all of you beautiful people. Goodness, I hope you're having an amazing day. So, I have had a lot of people say, hey, you need to jump back on the boat of your talk videos because, yeah, we miss them. So, I decided that I'd make a talk video today, okay? And we're gonna jump right in. What I wanted to talk about today is the notion of being a seeker and the pitfalls of being a seeker or trying to be a seeker, okay? So what the hell do I mean by seeker? So a seeker, in my words and in many other people's opinions, is somebody who is in search of something, who is on a journey of some sort, someone who is finding something from within. They are seeking their innate being, their inner self, their happiness, their peace. That's what a seeker is. A seeker is somebody who is on a spiritual journey, a religious journey, a fun journey, any type of journey, but one with a very open mind and one with a mind that is in search for their higher self. So, there's a bunch of us out there. There's a ton of seekers. There's a ton of people who all of a sudden just want to become a spiritual being and just practice all the teachings of Buddha and just, you know, lash out and just all, you know, just be free. Now there's a problem because a lot of those seekers, they're the same people who in their old life, right? Their life before they became a seeker, they were addicted to things, okay? And I mean addicted to going out, addicted to hanging out with friends, addicted to sex, addicted to money, addicted to work, addicted to all of these things that they feed off of in order to try to kill and diminish their anxiety or their stress or just their, you know, need to be important. They have this addictive mindset to be known, to be popular, to always feel wanted, to always be needed, okay? These seekers were once those people and are still those people and still think that they can seek God, seek Allah, seek their higher self, seek happiness, seek peace with that same addictive, intense mindset that they did before. And that's where everybody goes wrong, and that's why people are like, oh my God, I've been on this journey of trying to find myself for the past year, and I'm still at square one. I haven't gotten anywhere. I'm still depressed. I'm still mad. I'm still sad. I'm still waiting for something to happen. The problem with having that mindset, okay, at the very beginning of your journey is that you are setting up all of these false assumptions, okay? And what I mean by the fact that you are setting up false assumptions is that you're thinking that there is a prize to be won. You're thinking that there's something that's going to come of this right away. You're assuming that you're just going to be given all these things because you're a seeker, because you say you're on a journey to find yourself. You think that there's something to be won in the end. I've written down a couple qualities of people who still have these addictive mindsets that are just off and are still trying to seek their higher self. So basically, these people that just think that there's something to be won, they're gonna act without hope of rising to their ideal self. So what that means is they're just gonna go about expecting happiness to come to them without wanting to be better for themselves. So basically what that means is they're expecting a life filled without stress, without anxiety, without sadness, without all of this, but without changing themselves. So they just think that if they sit back and say, yo, I'm going to be spiritual now, I'm going to just be fine, and good things better start happening to me, that's a horrible, horrible, horrible mindset, and they're never going to get anywhere, okay? Another thing is that people hope that they'll get somewhere better. They think that there's just this mystical land waiting for the other side once you reach enlightenment, once you meet your higher self. They think that it's going to be so much better than the life that they already have. And they don't realize that what they're really doing is they're really wanting a life that isn't theirs, a life that they didn't start from, a life that they weren't created from. What they need to understand is that you are your starting point and that there's no wanting to reach the other side of anything, okay? There's nowhere that is better, okay? That's what people are expecting. That's what they think at the end of enlightenment is just this pixie land, and it's not like that. What they're basically wanting is to be different than what they are right now. They want to have a different lifestyle than they do now. They think that everything they have in this life right now isn't bringing them happiness and never will, so they just need to change it. They don't start with themselves, and they don't seek from inside. They're not seeking what needs to be seeked. They're seeking outside answers and outside prizes when they're not there, okay? So basically, now that I've talked about the things that seekers are doing wrong, the fact that they're starting off on the wrong foot, I'm going to talk about things to break those down and what you need to start doing and what you need to start thinking about, what you need to start applying to yourself, and just understand that there's not going to be a gold medal handed to you, okay? So basically what I'm saying is you need to forget the idea that you are going to be going from A to B to C to D. You need to stop thinking that there's like levels to this and that everything's just, once you pass this, all of your anxiety is going to go away. It's just gone. And then once you get to the next step, all of your stress is going to be gone. No, it's not like that. The goal isn't somewhere else, okay? The goal isn't to be over here in Nepal. Or the goal isn't to be over here in Chicago. No, the goal starts from in here. The goal is to focus on the person who is experiencing every experience with you. That's your inner self, okay? What does that mean? What do you mean, Sarah, that you need to find the person who's experiencing all of these experiences with you? Look around at this world, and I want you to see all of the people who are running around seeking to be role models of other people. Okay? Look at all of the people who are wanting to be these little models of other people. That right there is just so strange to me, you guys, because what are you doing with your life when your goal is to be just like someone else? Your goal is to look just like someone else. Like, all of these people are running around wanting to be spitting images of the Kardashians or spitting images of their favorite pop star, singer, actress, whoever the heck it is. They're not trying to sit back and be like, wow, how am I unique? How am I different from everybody else? How can I be different than everybody else? No, 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 that's not what everybody is. Everybody else is running and looking in all of these other directions to try to find guidance. They're not looking inside themselves. They're not sitting down and saying, okay, who am I? Like, what am I trying to do? What is my purpose here? Like, what am I doing? And I guarantee you guys, a lot of you will sit back and think, damn, I am trying to be just like everybody else. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm doing with my life. I am trying to live the life everybody else is. You'll be amazed. And once you sit there and take down that boundary and that care of wanting to be like everybody else, that desire for wanting to check in every freaking day to see what your favorite celebrity is eating, what they're Snapchatting, as soon as that goes away, you guys, your journey is so much more easier, and it's a lot more like wide. It's a lot more open, and there's not a whole bunch of distractions everywhere, okay? So the things, I wrote a list of 6 little things, just 6 little things that you need to avoid, okay? Avoid these next 6 things if you want to go anywhere with your spirituality, if you want to be anywhere with your higher self. You need to avoid these things on your journey, all right? The number one thing you need to avoid is knowing where you're going, okay? That's what I mean by following somebody you're not. Don't know where you're going, okay? Don't have a set path, okay? When I talked in my other video about transactional analysis and life scripts, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And if you guys have read up on that, you'll know what I'm talking about. Don't know where you're going. Don't have everything pre-planned. Don't expect to know everything that's going to happen, you guys. Awakening doesn't happen according to plan, okay? Things are gonna pop up when you think everything's smooth sailing, okay? And then when craziness is happening, all of a sudden you might have this just week of just calmness. It's crazy. There's this quote that goes, if you meet Buddha on the path, kill him. Basically what that means is that you are following a spiritual script that was written in advance, okay? And I mean, this is where I really think the fine line is drawn between religion and spirituality, is that with religion, all you guys are doing is following a spiritual script that was pre-written, okay? With spirituality, I believe it's finding your own religion, finding your own beliefs, theories, whatever you want to call it, all right? Don't know where you're going. That's one of the biggest things, okay? Number 2, don't struggle to get there. Don't make this a hard journey. This isn't supposed to be a hard journey. This is supposed to be something you look back on and you think, damn, I did it. Not, oh my God, that was the hardest thing of my life. No, it's not supposed to be the biggest struggle. And you know why it's not supposed to be a struggle? Because you're not expecting anything in the end. You're not expecting any reward. You're not expecting a gold medal. You're not expecting a pat on the back. You're not expecting anything. Why would you struggle? You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to get a paycheck to be like rewarded, to say like, hey, don't feel like this is hard work because you're getting paid for it. Don't look at it like that. Don't expect that you need a payoff. Because that's where you're going to start struggling, is as soon as you think, why am I not getting more credit for this? Why is this so hard? You're putting more burdens on your back when you just need to like brush that stuff off and be like, okay, what am I going to do today to help myself? The third thing, and this I actually think is one of the most important things, and it also ties back to wanting to be a model of everybody else, do not follow someone else's map. Just don't. And along with that, you don't need to follow the same mantra your whole entire life. You do not need to follow the same text. You do not need to follow the same script. You do not need to follow the same God. You do not need to follow the same religion, you guys. You don't need to do the same thing your whole entire life. You don't need to follow everybody else's map. You don't need to follow somebody else's map, and you don't need to all follow along on the same map. Go about it by yourself. Don't even use a damn map. Put on a blindfold. Don't follow somebody else's life. Don't follow somebody else's goals. Don't follow somebody else's anything, you guys. Be yourself. Just be yourself. Number 4, while you are on this spiritual journey, do not make this a self-improvement project. That's not what this is. If you are seeking to reach enlightenment, to stop depression, to stop anxiety, to be happier, to get more self-confidence, to gain all of this stuff, to gain more self-esteem, you're never going to reach it, you guys. And I know you're probably like, what the hell do you mean I'm never going to reach enlightenment? I'm so depressed and I thought enlightenment was supposed to bring me happiness and peace. It is, okay? But don't, like, I don't know exactly how to explain this part, but basically what I'm saying is that all of these, okay, so how, like, I'm sorry, I wrote some of the things down, but I don't know how to put it into a sentence. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if you want all of these things to come, you're wanting to be somebody you're not. You're wanting to be better than whatever's going on. You need to just accept the things, all right? I don't know how to freaking put this. This is where my thoughts are more than what my brain can take, okay? Do not make this a self-improvement project, all right? This goes back to what I was talking about in the very beginning. Wanting to be better than the person you think you are now. What you're basically telling yourself is that you are not being the best you can be, okay? That's not the point of going on a spiritual journey, okay? It's not to all of a sudden become the most confident, straight up person there is, the cockiest person there is, to never get sad, to never get hurt. No, and if you're going about it that way, you're never going to reach enlightenment. Living life with an expanded awareness needs to be your goal. It needs to be your goal to understand that you don't need to label yourself as depressed because you know how to handle the situations inside and you know how to help yourself, okay? So basically, going on this journey, you need to knock down a lot of barriers. Is kind of what this is saying. You need to knock down the whole thing that the fact that because you have acne keeps you up at night. You need to knock down the fact that because you don't have a lot of friends, you're not happy. Because your boyfriend doesn't love you, you can't be happy. You need to knock down a lot of these boundaries, and a lot of those boundaries are the feelings your ego gets. So your ego controls a lot of how you feel, you guys. And that is a topic for a whole nother video. But don't let all of these extra feelings of the addictive mindset that I'm talking about, and what I mean by that is always needing something, you know, even the addiction of not wanting depression. That's a pretty crazy addiction, like you know what I mean? You have to knock down a lot of barriers, and it's really hard, and it's not something that's easy. And like I said, this comes into my 5th thing, which is do not set yourself a time limit. Do not even set yourself a year in advance you're going to be enlightened. No. The biggest and best way to avoid disappointment is to not set yourself any expectations. And I know that sounds bad, and you can, if you put it in bad terms, yeah, it sounds bad. But what I mean is if you don't set any expectations for yourself, meaning, oh, in a year I'm going to be enlightened. If you don't set those certain types of expectations, you're not going to let yourself down because there's no expectations to be made. You're just on a journey with yourself, okay? It's not as difficult as it sounds, you guys. And really all it takes is just avoiding some of the little things. And really it's just avoiding the like materialistic mindset that most people have nowadays. The last thing that is on my list is do not expect a miracle. Do not be sitting here and then when you do think you reach enlightenment, do not expect a pot of gold to pop up. Do not expect a big check to pop up. Do not expect Allah to pop up. Do not expect a Buddha to pop up. Don't expect a miracle. Don't expect miracles to start happening once you are enlightened. Don't just think, oh my God, I'm enlightened. I'm so special now. No, it's not really like that, you guys. It's all about finding yourself. There's a saying that seeking is really just a way of getting yourself back. So society has a really tight grip on everybody, you guys. Social media has a really tight grip on everybody. And it's tearing everybody away from who they really are. And they're not seeing it because everybody else is just chasing what they want to be. They're just chasing the lifestyles they want to be. They're not stepping back and seeing who they are inside. And yeah, so I really hope that this video kind of made sense. I tried to write some things down so it wasn't as crazy. But really what I wanted to cover in this video was things to avoid while on this journey of whatever you want to call it, okay? Things you want to avoid and things that you kind of need to look at before you even start any type of journey. And that's kind of learning how to control your mindset before. You can't walk into this with the same mindset of your regular, everyday life that you have. You can't do the same mindset with how you work, with how you go to school, with how you interact with people. You can't have that addictive mindset if you want to successfully reach enlightenment. And I'm not saying I know all the rules to this, and I'm not saying this is exactly how it goes, but I just hope that this helped someone. I really do, because I really was just trying to get some tips out there, okay? So, yeah, if anybody has any questions about what I talked about, just leave them below. You know I'll answer them. And if anybody wants me to make like another video kind of about this, kind of on how to not have this materialistic mindset, how to get over this addictive mindset, how to prepare yourself for going on a journey, like, you know, anything like that. I mean, we're all on our own journey. If you think about it, we're all just little walks of life on this thing we call Earth. So I hope that this helped. I really hoped that anybody who wanted a talking video got a little bit from this. You guys know how I am. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. Like, okay, you're good, sir, you're good. But yes, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day and got a little bit out of this video. I will see you guys next time.